Hello, welcome to our Thursday 1:30 p.m. session with Capitol Hill Village, where Nicole will be talking about WMATA and Metro Access today. I'm going to share our disclaimer here on the screen, but as we do, Nicole, if you can introduce yourself and your topic for today. Thank you so much for coming, and I'll be here as tech support.
That sounds great. Hi, everyone. My name is Nicole Furness. I work in collaboration with Capitol Hill Village, and I do some transportation trainings and information. And you can think of me as a travel ambassador. So if you have questions or help navigating, getting around DC, there's so many great programs through our public transportation system, some private options walking, biking, all those different things. Specifically today, we're going to be talking about the bus, the train, the metro, and metro access, which is part of that WMATA system. So we'll be talking about why transportation is important and how we can take advantage of all these great resources that we have to get around and enjoy our great city. All right. Any Okay, so Alex says if you please raise your hand in Zoom if you have a question. So yeah, I'll be asking some questions, or if you have questions for me, please feel free to use that tool in Zoom where you can raise your hand virtually, and we can make sure we get everyone called on and every question addressed as we go. But first, I'd like to hear from you. This is a great opportunity to use that method to raise your hand virtually. Um, what are some what are your preferences on getting around? Do some people lean strongly towards using the bus? Some people really like the metro, or it's more convenient for them. I want to hear kind of what people are doing. I see Brenda has her hand raised.
Yes, hi Nicole.
Hi.
Well, right now I'm using the connector card. I don't use the public transportation anymore, only cabs or, through the connector card program.
Okay, great. I'm glad you brought that up. That is an alternative that people can use, and it's a social program that's funded through the Department of Aging and Community Living.
Yes.
Would you like to give your overview of what the connector card is and how it works and how you use it?
Sure. Well, starting May 1st, you no longer have to contribute to your connector card to make it $100. So I called earlier this month and they gave me $30 on the card. So I don't have to contribute anything. My only question was, will that carry over? Will the
Mm,
$30 carry over? I have to call it back and find out.
yeah.
But I mean, it's a great program. I mean, it's free. So
Yeah, it's a great way to be able to use the cab service
yeah,
and get kind of a door-to-door option for where you need to go.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it. I love
Okay.
it.
Thanks for sharing that.
Sure.
Okay. Miss Irvin, I see you have your hand raised. You have a preference between bus and metro, how you like to get around?
Well, I'm curious about Brenda's comments regarding the connector card because I do have my Metro Access card,
Uh-huh.
which it's very convenient. I'm very fond of it. But I'd like to ask Brenda if you can get same day service, Brenda, by,
Yeah, you
by
do.
by just calling, and you must have a Metro Access number. Is that correct?
Well, I have a connector card itself through DACL. So I have the number you can call to get on the program. Were you ever in the program?
No, I've never been in the
Oh,
Okay.
connector
okay.
card. I
So
use
I'll put that
access.
information in the chat for the connector card, and then
Okay.
people can be able to have the opportunity to sign up.
Yeah.
Because it's a great option. It's a great way to add to the different options of how you can get around in the city.
And
Um,
how far in advance must you call a cab?
It's same day. You can
It's
do
just
it
like a
same day.
regular
Online?
cab. It's like a regular cab service, but
Right.
it's funded through DACL. So DACL has a specific pot of money that they can use for the
Mhm.
connector card
And
to
will they
allow people
send
to
me a
take the cabs in
physical
the city.
card? They'll send me a card. Brenda, you get a card
You
like you
get a
do
card.
It's a physical card.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Okay.
And then there's
yeah,
a special number that you call when you call DC Yellow Cab. It's a special number that is just for DACL people that are serviced by DACL, so that they know that it is someone, an older resident that is requesting a ride based on that number that it
yeah.
I
comes in on.
see.
And I
Okay.
think you can also sign up for it on their site, on their website, Yellow
I
Okay.
Cab
have
website.
I have the link. I have the link posted in the
Oh,
chat.
thank you, Alex.
Yeah. So, and if anyone wants to raise their hand, they have to go to either reactions at the bottom or more, and then you can hit raise hand. I see someone has iPhone, so I can't call on you, but I'll see if I can get that question addressed.
Thank you,
Give me
Brenda.
one moment.
You
Thank you for your questions, you two.
And then I see Louise has her hand raised.
Okay.
Oh,
We'll hear from Louise. And then we'll see if we can get that question answered in the
yeah,
chat.
the
And
phone number ending in 27.
I want to know what you have to show or like your income or something like that before you get it to use the connector card.
again, I did put the application in the chat, so please check it out as well, everyone.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. I see iPhone has their hand raised. Not sure who that is.
Yes,
Or
we'll hear from Kevin first. Hi, Kevin. How are you?
You doing? I
Good, good.
waiting for my new card to come since February, and
which
I still
card?
haven't received
Which
it.
card are you talking about?
The DC connector card for the
Okay.
cab,
Uh-huh.
and they said that it would be maybe about 2 weeks or something at that time
Mm-hmm.
for it to get to me. But here it is, almost end of May, and I still haven't received it.
Yeah. I would say if you haven't received it at this point, to give them a call, or you can send an email. And I see Alex has put the information in the chat. So that you can call the phone number directly to the people that issue the connector card, and then they can check
Mm-hmm.
on where it is for you.
Can you
Okay.
read the number for Mr. Adams,
Sure.
Nicole, please?
Yes. Okay, Mr. Adams, are you ready? I can give you the phone number.
Okay, go ahead.
It's 202
Mm-hmm.
420
420
7534.
7534. Okay.
Uh-huh. And so if you've already applied and you're just waiting for the actual card, just make sure, see if they can track it down, and they might have to reissue one, and make sure you get it, because it shouldn't take that long.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Thank you.
no problem.
Oh, thank you for letting us know, Mr. Adams.
And thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Again, you're showing us iPhone, but I just unmuted you. Can you show your name, please? Whoever has their hand raised, can you? I just unmuted you. Can you show
Is
your
that
name for us, please?
is that me, Alex Martina? This
Hmm.
Martina, is that the
Oh
iPhone?
yes. Oh, hi, Miss Martina. Yes, I'll be able to assist you with your name, but I know who you are. Thank you for
Yeah.
joining. Do you have a question for Nicole today?
Yes, kind of, sort of, and thank you for telling me about that care card. I didn't quite get the name, but
It's
I didn't know about it.
the
And
connector card. Connector card.
connector card.
Yes.
Okay. Connector card. Thanks for sharing that.
Uh-huh.
My question was, I was trying to travel. It's about Metro Access because
Okay.
that's what I have. And I am finding that they're limited. Like I live in DC. I want to travel somewhere in Maryland,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, they don't go there, you know, they don't go there. And I'm like, well, why? I thought you could travel around. And they really didn't give me an answer for why.
So I can offer some additional information about that.
Okay.
So the way that Metro Access works is you can think of it as an extension of, it's a different way to take the bus or metro. So based on that, Metro Access can only go where metro stations are located. or DC bus stops or bus stops that DC goes to are located. Okay,
Oh,
so you can go to Virginia, but they can only go to a destination that's within a mile of a metro station, for instance. So if you wanted to go to Boston, let's say, they could take you to Boston, not anywhere in Boston, but they can drop you to any destination within a mile of that metro station, the Boston metro station. Does that make
okay.
sense?
It does.
Yeah.
I did not know that, but I thank you for telling me.
Yeah, so that's helpful when you're planning. As part of your ability to use Metro Access, you can absolutely go to Maryland and Virginia. It just has to be, again, within those boundaries of being close to the metro station, or if there were a
Okay.
bus that went to PG County or Montgomery County, for instance, it has to be in that vicinity where the bus or metro would normally leave passengers.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I
You're
didn't know
welcome.
that.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Any other questions about Metro Access? I know a lot, I'm glad to hear that a lot of people are able to use that service. It's a wonderful option for people to be able to get around. Is there anyone who does not know what Metro Access is or is interested in learning more about that and if they would qualify? If it's unfamiliar to you, feel free to raise your hand or put a message in the chat. So I want to make sure that everyone knows that Metro Access is available. It's a great option, like I mentioned. Also, for seniors in DC, for discounted fares, there is an option to have a senior smart trip card. Um, uh, and there's also an option if you're living with a disability to have a card that is a disability smart trip card. And so those are two other options for people to use the bus and metro service at a discounted rate, at about 50% discount for the senior smart trip card. And you just have to, it's based on your age. There are no other eligibility requirements aside from being a district resident. And then they just have to verify your age. And then for the disability smart trip card, there is a application process that involves your medical provider submitting information to confirm the disability that you are living with. And then based on that, the smart trip card is issued for the disability smart trip card. I see Miss Barnes has her hand raised.
Yeah, you just answered my question too.
Okay.
Partial of it. I was like, though, is that good for the bus too?
Yes, absolutely. So it's a 50% reduction on the fare on the bus and the metro.
Okay, thank you. That's what I. Okay,
Which one were you asking about in particular? The senior smart trip card or the
yeah, the seniors, yeah.
yeah. So for the senior smart trip card, and I can put a link in the chat, is you have to just go with your ID
Right.
for the senior smart trip card,
Uh-huh.
and you have to go down to the office. It's in Southwest. It used to be Metro Center, but now
Oh,
the office is in
oh,
Southwest. So
okay.
yeah, it's a one-time kind of trip to
Oh,
that office, and then you
yeah.
get your card issued, and you don't have to worry about it again.
Oh, my goodness, how you doing? That's good.
I put the Metro Access phone number in the chat. I also put the application in the chat as well.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So the senior smart trip card is a wonderful way to make your money go farther as you take public transportation because you're going to pay 50% less in the fare on the bus and the metro. So it's a great option.
Okay, thanks.
Uh-huh. All right. Any other general questions about bus, metro programs, the connector card, kind of any logistical
I have a
administrative questions?
question. I was trying to raise my hand, Alex, but it wasn't
It's
working.
okay. Again, everyone, if you have a question, you can unmute yourself as well.
Okay. Nicole, does that senior smart trip card apply in lowering the rate if you travel by Metro Access? Does that kick in?
So the smart trip card, the senior smart trip card is only if you're using it on the bus or metro.
Oh,
So
public
yeah,
transportation.
yeah.
Not
So the metro access would still, right.
I see. Okay,
Uh-huh.
that was my question.
Yes. Thank you.
I put the application link in the chat.
Nicole, could I ask a question about the
Absolutely, yes.
Metro Access? You
Yes.
saying that when they take you someplace, it has to be within a mile of like where the bus would put you off. For instance, I like sometimes to go to the Wheaton Mall, and
Mm-hmm.
the where the buses put you off is kind of distance from and it's a little too far for me to walk. Would they be
Right.
able to take me into the mall? It's right across the street. The mall
Yes.
is. Would they be able to
So,
take me into the mall?
so they can drop you off at the entrance to the mall. That is one of
Oh,
the benefits. Yes.
okay.
So you wouldn't have to walk, like you
Yes.
wouldn't have to do that normal walk from the metro station to the mall because you're a Metro Access if because you're a Metro Access customer, you would
Okay.
be able to request to be dropped off at the entrance of the mall. So that will
Oh,
save you some time and
yeah.
money. Yes. So
That's why I
that's
had
one of
to
the
stop going. It was too far to walk after I got
Oh
the bus.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
So as long as the Metro Access van or vehicle can fit
Hmm.
wherever you need to be dropped off, sometimes there are
Hmm.
height requirements and restrictions
Right.
in those
Hmm.
buildings, but absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes.
Nicole, uh, to get that senior smart trip card, you said the office is located in Southwest. Did
It's
you
in
put the
South.
address in the chat? What is the
Sure.
address? What is that?
Geraldine, it's the last link in the chat. You see the last link? It says Senior Smart Trip Info.
Yeah, okay, okay, I see that.
Yeah, tap on it. It'll be in there. It says 655 Virginia Ave Southwest. But if you go there, you'll see the hours, and then it says what to bring.
hmm
All it has all that info. So please check out that link in the chat.
Okay,
You see
all
it?
right. I see it. I see
You,
the
you
link.
tap
Yeah,
tap you tapped on it?
yeah, I did.
Tap, yeah, and it took you right to the website with all the
Get a
information,
card,
right?
transit TAC 655 Virginia Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all
hmm
right.
Oh, you got it, Geraldine. I'm so
Okay, I
glad that we
got
were
it.
able to help you out.
Yes,
Okay, thank
absolutely.
you.
So you just need to go there with your ID and they'll be able to issue it for you, and then you can start saving 50% on your fare.
Yeah, I pay $1.10 every
Where is
time I ride in the city.
655 Virginia Avenue, though?
It's in
You don't know.
Southwest.
Yeah, where is that? I'll look it up. I'll look it
Okay.
up on the map.
It's literally the LaFont station. Like it's literally LaFont, 7th and
Yeah.
Oh, oh,
it's
that's
literally
where it
LaFont
is.
Plaza. It's
Okay,
the building on the yeah. Mm-hmm.
it's
You know where it
inside of
is,
there.
Geraldine.
Okay,
You know.
okay, I'll find it. I'll
Yes, it
find it.
Yes.
yeah,
Make sure you, I
it'll
hope
say
you,
Transit Accessibility Center on the outside. You can't miss it.
Okay, okay, perfect, perfect.
yes.
Thank you.
Nicole,
Yes,
this is
ma'am.
this is
Well,
Jenny.
Jennifer, we have Miss Martina first. She's raised her
Okay,
hand, and
sorry.
I know it's okay, Miss Jennifer. I appreciate you, Miss Martina. You have a question?
Yes, my question was to Nicole.
hmm
Nicole, since the Metro access is limited to 1 mile of stations and things like that, are
hmm
there any other ways to transport to Maryland, like the Upper Marlboro part of Maryland?
So there are no DC specific programs for that. The options related to that will be private transportation. So
Right.
Metro Access is that public option to get to Maryland and Virginia, with that certain proximity to the metro station. But other options would be, private transport.
Okay, so the program she was talking about, the taxi, that's also limited to 1 mile of a metro.
The connector card, so DC cabs are limited in where they can service in Virginia and Maryland.
Okay.
So they're not, the goal is to stay in DC when you're using the DC Yellow Cab service.
Okay.
hmm Miss Brenda, if you have anything to add about that, have
Mm,
you,
Yeah,
yeah.
I do because I've used my connector card to go to MGM, so they go to Maryland.
I know, but they can't, it depends on where in Maryland, so they
Oh, I
can't
see.
go,
I see.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that's pretty close to
there's
DC,
a
so I
bus stop
think,
right there.
yeah.
There's a bus
Okay.
stop right there that goes to NGM right there. So that's why.
Okay.
You said there's a bus that goes there?
Yeah, I swear, like I've seen that
Oh,
there's a bus stop that goes
okay.
right around there.
I didn't
Hmm.
know that.
I didn't either.
I usually collect the connector.
Oh, well, hopefully Nicole shows us the WMATA and the Metro app so
Oh,
we could
Yes.
see
okay.
that.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Nicole,
Um,
is there any taxi service in DC that goes beyond the Maryland line?
I
Mm-mm.
I have something, Nicole. I mean, what about the Curb app,
Well, that's DC
Nicole?
Yellow Cab still.
Well, the regular Curb, I use the regular Curb app and I hail a taxi.
Oh, yeah. So this is getting into like regulation of taxis. The general idea is DC taxis not interested in going to Virginia, Maryland because they can't infringe on those cab companies and how they
Okay.
operate.
Okay, that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only taken them within DC.
Yeah. So that's the general rule.
Yeah, none of
Oh,
my family lives in DC. They live in Maryland. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
I
So I
know it's
can't
hard, but when
really
we
visit.
live so close to family on the map, and then sometimes logistically it can be challenging because officially it's a different state or hard to get to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a state, period. We're not a state yet, so
Yeah.
shame on us. Okay, thank you.
No problem. So I'm glad we had a chance to talk about Metro Access and the Connector Card. Those are great programs. The Senior Smart Trip Card, if anyone does not have that yet, please make your way down to the office, submit your application with your ID, and then you can start saving 50% when you use the bus and metro. The same for using the Smart Trip card for people living with disabilities. It's a great way to stretch your budget when it comes to transportation. Um, we talked a little bit about how we like to get around. Is there anyone that uses the buses regularly? I wanted to spend some time talking about the bus routes that changed. It's been about a year now officially. So there have been some bus routes that have been long existing. This is the first time in 50 years that DC has changed their bus routes. So it's definitely due for an update. And the goal of this bus route update was to make the buses more efficient, to consolidate some of the bus lines and some of the routes. A lot of things have changed with how people are moving in the city because of more people are working from home, less people are going downtown. So there are different ways that people are moving about the city. So they wanted to make an update to the routes to reflect the needs of people. Again, no system is going to be perfect, but it was a great way for DC to take stock of ridership and where people needed to go and make improvements based on that. Um, Two great ways to know where you're going, how you're going to get there, and plan for timing and also for the budget. There is a WMATA app, or you can go, there's a trip planner online that you can use. Has anyone used these before?
Oh,
I've used the trip planner several times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going to show you. Let's see. I'm going to
And
share.
if you have any videos, just a friendly reminder that share sound button.
Oh, got it. Okay. I'm going to share one of the WMATA websites here.
And thank you for coming, Nicole. You know, it's getting warmer outside, so we got to know how to
I
get
know. We
around.
want to make sure people are getting out and about.
Nicole, I use the metro system, and I find that the buses do come more regular than they used to before they changed the routing.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
One of the great things about the current buses that we take, and we'll talk a little bit about this in the trip planner, is that they have GPS on them. And so you can
Oh,
see
okay.
where your bus actually is, right? You know, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
before you'd be waiting for the bus, you're like, oh, it's supposed to be here at 2:05. And you might not know that there was an accident or a motorcade or something happened that's holding the bus up.
Okay.
And so you can use, there's something called, so you can use the trip planner, this has been around for a long time. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm showing you the website version of this. So you can go to your computer, you can be on your tablet, you can use this on your phone as well. You can use the web application. There's also an app that you can download. So you can plan your trip in advance to know if there are any delays, to have an idea when the bus is coming, and you can just put your location in here. So for instance, I'm going to put in East Street, let's say I want to get from 1355 East Street to, so I want to go up to Northwest.
It was someone said that will definitely help. Yes, make sure you check
Okay.
out the link in the chats.
It
Thank
helped
you.
me. Mhm.
So this is great because it gives you a lot of information that you can use when you're planning your trip, depending on where you're going, what time of day you're going, and how you would like to get there. Especially as we get into some of the warmer summer months, we don't want
Mhm.
people outside, you know, waiting for the bus for 20, 30 minutes when it's
Yeah.
95 degrees outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is something that you can use when you think about what time of day you want to travel. It's
Mm-hmm.
cooler to travel earlier in the morning or later in the day, if you want to not be out, you know, at the height of the summer heat. So that's something to keep in mind also. The bus and metro schedules are also different at different times of the day, right? So sometimes if you're leaving to go somewhere in the morning, it's going to be more frequent that the bus and metro come. So you'll have more options. But if let's say you're leaving a friend's house or leaving the MGM at 9 p.m., there might be less options and you might have to wait more time. So you want to be able to know and plan accordingly for that. So I know if I want to go from 1355 East Street Northeast up to 3500 Water Street, it's going to take me about an hour. And this gives me different options of routes that I can take. So if I want to, when I see this little symbol, that means I'm walking. That means I'm going to walk to the D20 bus stop. And then this walking symbol again means I'm going to walk to the metro. This is a metro sign, to the yellow line. And then I can walk to my destination. And the estimate for the cost for that trip is $2.25. And I should plan on it taking about an hour.
Mm.
Okay, so this is a great example of the up-to-date information that we now have access to. So you see, this is the other option for a route I can take. I can walk, I can get the D2X, but then I see there's this little exclamation mark. So we want to see what that says. So this is telling me that there's something going on with this particular bus route here. So maybe this might be a route that I want to avoid because it seems like they're having some kind of trouble.
It could also, well, just looking at it from a first point of view, maybe it just means I know the D2X is a limited bus. You know,
Yeah.
the D20, you know, the D20 runs more. The D2X runs like every other D20 because it's a premium bus because it has less routes.
Mm. Yeah, same with this.
I would usually, if I was in the app, sometimes that would give more information.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So
it'll look
depending
a
on
little
what you
bit different
use.
in the app, but there are options to use it on the computer, your tablet, your phone. The app it'll look a little bit different, a little bit more streamlined, but you can tap on these different options on your phone, which is nice if you want to plan ahead or if something changes and you want to see different options for your route. Does anyone have any questions or comments about the trip planner option for planning out your bus or train rides? All right.
Okay. I'm sorry, I was
Oh,
trying to
go ahead.
unmute my phone. This
Uh-huh.
is Martina, and I was um curious as maybe you know or don't know about the bus stops because some bus stops, like the one by my house, doesn't have a like a seating area. It's just a bus
Yes.
stop, so you're exposed to whatever the elements are.
Hmm. Yeah, and that's a good reminder to know. So sometimes if we're going to an unfamiliar neighborhood or we haven't taken that particular bus before, it might just be a sign on the sidewalk, right? It might not be a bus shelter with a bench that we're used to and we're protected from the elements. So it's nice to be prepared and know that there are different types of bus stops throughout the city. Some bus stops I'm sure you've seen have like the automated bus arrival time, so you can have an idea of when the next bus is coming.
Right.
Some bus stops
Yeah.
service more than one bus, right? So you have to make sure that you're getting on the correct bus. And also when they're doing the time of arrival, it might say, the G35 is coming in at 6 minutes and the G73 is coming in at 17 minutes. And you just have to make sure that you're paying attention to the correct bus name and
But
the time that it's supposed to arrive so that you're getting on the right bus.
okay.
If
Okay.
you
So, but there is no way, correct, to find out which bus stops have a rest area, or a
Shelter.
seating shelter. Yeah, shelter.
Unfortunately, I don't know of a way unless if you really wanted to be a detective, you can use Google Maps and do the street view. And sometimes there might be a street view of where the bus stop is, and you can see if there's a bus shelter there. But
Okay.
yeah, there's nothing that WMATA has that I'm aware of
Hmm.
that has documented all of the different bus stops and what it looks like. If there's a shelter, if there's a bench, if
Okay.
there's a screen, things like that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Uh, Martina, I put Metro's number in the chat. I mean, I've called them to let them know about a bus stop and something, so maybe try calling and requesting. Who knows what
Okay.
might happen?
You
That's
put
So
it
ch
in the
please check
chat.
out the chats. Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
Thanks, Alex.
That is
Yes.
true. And WMATA is, they want to hear feedback from the people that are using the service. So if you notice there's a popular bus stop and there needs to be a bench there, that's something that WMATA probably wants to know. So like Alexander was saying, with that phone number, if you see something, if you see a bus shelter that needs repair, if you see something that is unsafe, if you notice that the bus is not able to stop where it should stop, um, just sharing that information with WMATA makes the system better. So that is definitely something that feel free to pass that information on if you're in a situation like that. Okay. So one of the other options for getting an idea of where things are when it comes to if you're taking the metro and things like that is the Metro Pulse. And so this is on my screen here, you'll see this is the website for the Metro Pulse. This is looking at the rail system. So this is looking at the train system by line. This is the red line here, the orange line, silver, blue, yellow, green, and I guess purple will be down there pretty soon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Hopefully sooner than later.
yeah.
Uh,
I did put the Apple Metro Pulse app, and I also put the Android Metro Pulse app. So make sure you guys have that downloaded. You never, I use it every day.
Yeah. So
It's
this
really
is
helpful.
wonderful. Yeah, this is wonderful if you're taking the train, or if you know someone that's taking the train, maybe you have someone that's visiting you, or if you have an aide that relies on the train. We know that there are planned schedule interruptions for the trains, like if they're doing a repair or if something weather-wise is happening or there's an incident, they may have to pause service for the rail. They may have to temporarily stop service. If an elevator is not working, for instance, at certain stations, sometimes they have shuttles. So this is a great way to stay informed about what is happening with the train system in DC. It tells you how many train cars are running, how many actual trains are running, the size of the trains, the headway. So headway means how often trains are arriving at each stop, no more than 2 minutes longer than scheduled frequencies. So this is basically just telling you like how on time the trains are arriving. Service gaps. So it just changed actually from 0 to 1. And then it just changed back. So you can truly see that this is up to the minute updates about what is happening with the train station. It
Mhm.
lets you know how many minutes between trains, depending on what stop you're at. So this is a great up-to-date resource, just like to track the buses. Now that the buses have GPS, so you can know exactly where they are. This is giving you identical information for the train system. So again, you're not stuck, you're not isolated. You can make an alternative plan if something happens on one of these train lines. Has anyone, aside from Alexander, had a chance to use the Pulse app before or the website to get an idea of how the trains are doing?
Hey.
Okay, Carla,
No.
what's been your experience?
It's been pretty good for me because I use it when I come back from home.
Okay,
So I
yeah,
can tell when the train is coming in and I base it on that time. So it's been pretty good for me and I'm more up to date with it.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, I've lived in DC for almost 20 years, and I remember sometimes you would, trudge to a metro stop, pay your fare, get in there, only to realize, oh, something happened. And it's going to be, what, 30 minutes to the next train? You're like, I wish I'd known that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So this saves a lot of that hassle, and allows for you to kind of plan your trip, but also stay safe, make alternative plans if there's some kind of disruption with the train system. Brenda, were you
Thank
going to say
you all
something?
for your questions.
I just, I wonder why so many people don't pay. I get on the bus and half of the people don't pay and I'm paying.
Yeah, it is an important message to share. Fare is required on the buses and the metro. I think during COVID, there's still some carryover from when there was no fare required during that
Mhm.
time, that the pandemic time. And so I think it's a combination of that. I think it's a combination of just kind of general fare evaders that you see in any city.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And then sometimes there's just a lack of awareness because you're not seeing people, put $1 in that big box anymore.
Mhm.
You don't even need a smart trip card to pay. You can just pay with your credit card. It's called
Yeah,
tap to pay.
notice that. Mhm.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
so I think because it's more technologically dependent, people maybe are not aware
Mhm.
of how you pay. You either tap your smart trip card or you tap your credit card to pay. It's not with the fare box anymore.
Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
no, that wasn't me. It must have been somebody talking in the background.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So yes, and you'll see on the buses now on the where it says the bus announcement, it will say fare required. So that is some messaging that WMATA is definitely trying to get out to the community that the days of free bus rides are over. We're not in a global pandemic. We
All
need
right.
money to sustain the bus and metro
Right.
system.
Mhm.
Everyone should be paying their fair share. So yeah, it is something that unfortunately is happening frequently.
Mhm.
So I want to spend some time talking about this great suite of videos of some of the topics that we covered today. So Capitol Hill Village has put together several videos on how to use some of these great WMATA tools that we talked about today. There's about how to use the Smart Trip app, how to use the WMATA website and to search for information. There's a walkthrough on how to get information. So if you want to print out a bus route or a map, that still exists. And you can do that on the website. So that video will kind of show you. I'm going to go I'm just gonna go through, see if I can find the general. I was just gonna see if I can find the general WMATA website. I'll show you before we get off, of how to print out the bus schedules and things like that. There's a video here on MetroAccess. Actually, we can start. Let's look at one of these. Let's look at the applying for MetroAccess because that's something that we were talking about earlier. So I'll play this video, and this is just an example of one of the topics that you can find in this resource portal about WMATA, the bus, the train, cabs, things like that. Okay?
Okay.
This is Talking Transportation 2.0. Today, we're talking about how to complete the MetroAccess application.
Can you hit CC
We'll
at the
cover
bottom
from
right for us,
fill out the
please?
form, authorize assistance, and what happens after you submit your application. Completing the application. The application consists of three main parts: personal information, fill in your contact information, date of birth, and any details about your disability that impact your use of public transportation. Indicate whether you use mobility aids like a wheelchair or walker. Additionally, indicate if you use a service animal and what type of animal, if applicable. Authorization section. If you need help completing the form, you can authorize someone to assist you. Write their name and contact details in the designated section. Healthcare professional certification. A licensed healthcare provider must complete and sign Part B of the application. They will verify your eligibility for MetroAccess by providing details about your disability or medical condition. Be sure to submit your application within 60 days of the healthcare provider's signature to ensure it's valid. What happens next? Once your application is received, WMATA will contact you to schedule an assessment, possibly in person at the Transit Accessibility Center. This appointment helps determine your eligibility for MetroAccess. After the evaluation, you'll be notified of your eligibility status by mail. Tips for success. Double-check all required fields to ensure your application is complete. While completing the application, if you have questions, call WMATA's Transit Accessibility Center at 202-962-2700 for assistance. Let's recap what we covered. Today, we talked about how to complete the application and apply for MetroAccess. We discussed completing the personal information section, how to complete the authorization section if someone helps you complete the form, and the healthcare professional certification section. We also provided an overview of what happens after you apply. Easy Rider, Travel Tech Made Easy, was commissioned by Capitol Hill Village with funding from the Metropolitan Washington Council of Governments. All right. So that was just an example of some of these tools that you can find on the Capitol Hill Village website, YouTube page. So it's called Easy Rider, Travel Tech Made Easy. And this is in conjunction with the series of virtual workshops that we're doing together. But there's also so many other options for information about transportation that you can get from. So like we were talking about the Curbed app, that's how you call the taxi. Last time we were together, we talked about some of the rideshare applications, so Uber, Lyft. If you ever have questions about how to use those, you can find some easy to follow videos and resources here. And then this is the section on the WMATA website and the app and how you can use a lot of those tools to plan your trip, to check schedules, information on how to apply for the Senior Smart Trip card, MetroAccess, things like that. So I'll be we could share that in the chat.
Oh,
And
I shared
okay, just want to make
it.
sure. Thank you.
Oh, no, thank you for this wonderful
No
information.
problem. Um, okay, I see what we
And
have one
yeah,
hand raised.
any questions, please raise your hand in Zoom. If you have any last comments or questions for Nicole. Thank you, Jennifer, for raising your hands. How are you?
I'm okay. I wanted to respond to a person who was asking about um, going to Maryland. Uh, when you make your reservation, I'm first I must say I only use Metro Access to move about, and I don't have any problems because I check ahead to find out if the bus goes there, and if it does, you can now it's even better. You can um, give them instructions like you want to be dropped off in the front or in the back or so it's very helpful. So that person who called said their family is in Maryland, so they could check out if the bus goes there, the Metro Access bus goes there, and wherever the bus goes, it's what you call it. It has ramps and all that. I'm a double amputee, and I move around in a wheelchair, an automatic wheelchair. So I can't go anywhere where I have to walk. And Metro Access helps with that. So I just wanted to say that to that person. You just give the instruction of what you want to do, and they will tell you. If you get an automated stuff, you ask to speak to a representative and get everything done.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Jennifer. Ms. Martina, you have a question or a comment for Nicole?
Yeah, I did it. Well, just for the caller, um, you're absolutely right, but she's absolutely right too. They will only go no matter what you explain to them or how I'm traveling like you're traveling. And they don't go, like she said, within a mile of a bus station or a what is that, metro train. So yeah, that was the issue. I'm just trying to find another way to travel to the parts of Maryland where nobody from DC seems to travel. So I'm going to check into maybe the Uber and see if they have special rates for senior travelers with disabilities. Okay, I just want to say that.
Thank you. All right, I see Mr. Thompson has his hand raised.
Hey, Ron, how are you?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm a little puzzled about the Connect the Cab program. I remember that it used to be reloaded every month with $100, but I haven't used it in a while now because they started to get a percentage from you to make up that $100. So I heard as of May 1st, they made changes. Is my card still good, or what do I have to do to get it back on track?
I would suggest calling the office because it depends on the last time you renewed. So I would suggest calling the connector card office to see what stage your card is in and how that when they reload the funds, what it's going to look like.
So do they continue to put 100 on the card now, or is it limited?
100, I think, is the standard, but I think you should call them to speak specifically about your situation.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Ron, for asking. I re-put the info in the chat. You see the 202-420-7534 number?
Okay.
You see it, Mr. Ron?
Got it.
Oh, thank you so much. I hope it helps out. If you have a question, you can share, you can unmute yourself.
I have a question about the Metro Access. Do they take you to the grocery store and stuff too? How
Yes.
does that work?
Yeah, so
Yes.
again, it's anywhere a bus or metro stop is, right? So if there is let's say there's a Safeway in your neighborhood that you like to shop at, and it's near a bus stop or a metro stop, that can be your destination for Metro Access.
Do you
If
have to
you
call
want to
them a day
go,
in advance?
Yes.
yes. So ideally it would be 2 days in advance. And that's the best way to guarantee that you will be able to get a ride. They can accommodate requests that come in with less than 48 hours notice, but the priority is medical appointments for those short notice requests. Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, you can, the Metro Access, again, think of it as a way to get around on the bus and metro, just in a car or a van or whatever kind of accommodations, whatever vehicle they would send. So if there's a Safeway you like in your neighborhood and you want to take a ride there on Metro Access instead of taking the bus or the metro, you can do that. It's the cost the same as bus and metro, right? So it's the same. You're just paying for that transportation in a van or a car. If there's a Safeway that you like to go to that's in Arlington, and it's again within a mile of a bus or a metro stop, you can request to get a ride there as well.
In this page, I put the Metro Access number for help with the application and the actual application itself, if you have any other questions. You see that information in the chat in this page?
No, I didn't see that. I don't know how, I'm not computer literate.
Oh, it's okay, Miss
So
Page. No, I'm
I
glad
try
you
to
joined
catch it
today.
as fast as I possibly can. I write everything down. I've been writing stuff down as fast as I can catch it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're good, Miss Page. If you just move your mouse, you'll see the chat button towards the bottom. If you click it, you can see all the links that we've shared in the session. Okay?
Oh, okay.
You got this.
I clicked the button, but I don't see what I'm looking at.
You got this. Just give yourself a second, but you got this, okay?
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for giving your time and sharing your personal stories and experiences with the connector card, Metro Access, and taking the bus and train. I hope that you've learned about some new tools that can help with when you're planning your outings, or if you have visitors in town and they're planning on taking some of the public transportation. There are lots of resources at our disposal. So I just want to make sure that everyone has the information that they need. Again, if you do not have that senior smart trip card, the disability smart trip card, or Metro Access, and you qualify, be sure to sign up and take advantage of those programs. Stretch that dollar.
Nicole, could I ask you one other question about the Metro Access?
Okay.
I'm partially disabled, but I can get around, and I have someone always assist me.
Yes.
Do they pay the same fare as I would if they go with me?
Yes, so your aide can accompany you on Metro Access, yes.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Ms. Jennifer, you had something to share real quick?
Yes, this is not related to what you're talking about, but it's dealing with Metro Access. As I said, I am a Metro Access user, and I left my bag in the back seat of one of the vehicles. I called the Lost and Found, and they found it.
Praise the Lord.
But now, I when I called, they said it would be the place is open 24/7. But something happened, and that facility, Hubbard Road, is closed down now. That's what I learned from the drivers. I want to get back my items. They assist me. I'm a dialysis patient as well. And I'm in pain when I go to dialysis because I don't have my items that I use, which is a seat and a neck rest.
Mm-hmm.
How do I go about? And I've called several times. I've called customer service. I've called the Hubbard Road. I left a message and responses. Well, I have not gotten back my items, which I need.
Mm-hmm.
How do I go about?
I'm sorry you're dealing with that. I think you're doing what you need to do. Unfortunately, I don't know any other options for ways to get in touch with them. The customer service at Metro Access is responsible for, the lost, managing the lost and found. So I think you're doing what you need to do. If anyone else has suggestions, feel free to let her know. The number again is 202-962-2077 for Metro Access.
It's 2700.
Oh, did I say the wrong number? Sorry.
And I also wanted to say, if you travel with someone by Metro Access, there's no charge for someone
For the aid.
I forgot to say
for
that.
aid. So there's no charge.
And they'll have their own card to travel with you.
Yeah, the person
they give you a
presents her
card.
card, and because I've accompanied people who ask me to go with them as an accomplice, and there's no charge for that person.
That's right.
Yeah. Because what they do is they give you your card and they send you another card to use for the person that's taking you with them.
No, you don't need a card. The other person doesn't need a card. You just go.
Well, it depends. There is a card that some people use, but there also one of the benefits of Metro Access is that you do get an aide to travel with you. So in some cases, you do not need.
When you're making the reservation, you just say, I'm traveling with my aide.
Yes. Yeah, just let them know when they plan for the space in the vehicle, so they know that instead of one person, it'll be two to pick up.
Nicole, I have a question, and someone might have asked it, but I stepped away. Is it possible, like, if you had to go to the bank and Metro Access take you, would they wait to bring you back, or how does that work?
Generally, they do not wait. You have to schedule
reservation.
Yeah, you have to make a reservation to the destination and then a separate reservation for the return.
Repeat that again.
Generally, they do not wait. You would have to make a request to go to the destination and a separate request to get picked up for the return.
So you can do it. I mean, like, when you go to the bank, you're not gonna be there for that long. So you make all of that that one time in advance. As far as like I got to be there at 1 o'clock, but I want them to come pick me back up at 1:20. They can do that.
Well, it's not short time as 1:20.
I would say
when you're making the reservations, you make a round trip. It's a round trip, and you have to gauge how much time you're going to be staying in the bank. And it will be 2 trips, one to go and one to come back.
Oh, okay. So you can't do it. Thank you.
There's an hour in between.
Yes.
If you're going to be there at 1 o'clock, at 2 o'clock, your reservation can come back and get you.
Yeah.
After one, but they drop you off. It's going to be 1 hour before they'll come back on your return trip.
But they can't wait on site.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Okay. Thank you both, everybody, for sharing. Thank you.
You're welcome, Dee.
Well, thank you, Nicole, again for coming to us and sharing this vital information. It'll be on YouTube, so please review this video, everyone. And Nicole, any last words for the group before you go?
No, I want to thank you for your time and again sharing your experiences and how you enjoy getting around using Metro Access, the bus, the train. It's happy to hear. Hope everyone's able to get out and about before it gets too hot.
Yeah, I'm gonna do better.
Thank you, Nicole. We'll see you in July, okay?
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Nicole.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Nicole. Have a
Bye.
great rest of your
Nicole.
day.
Thank you,
Thank you
Nicole.
very much.
Bye.
Have a nice
Thank
day,
you.
Nicole.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Nicole.
you gave us a lot of good information.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
good.
agree.
we really enjoyed you,
Hello,
Nicole.
twin.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
You're
Yeah.
Thank you
welcome.
so much.
Hello, twin
Bye.
Thank you.
Doris.
So you